Greetings, beautiful soul, and welcome to my channel, The Optimist Hub. My name is Yanga, and today's video, I want to talk about the art of letting go. Letting go of things that no longer serve you, letting go of things that no longer pour back into your cup, letting go of things that don't fulfill you, letting go of things that just don't add to you, but rather deplete you. And I think it's very important for us to lean into that, because when we let go also of our fears, of our doubts, of our, anxieties, or whatever it is that we feel is holding us back, we are letting go of those, undressing ourselves from that garment, freeing ourselves from the shackles of these mental blocks, and perhaps even just us really standing in our own way. We're letting go of that. We're letting go of the self-sabotage. By letting go of that, we are essentially making room for, the resurrection of a new self. It's as though we are dying. The old self is dying, and we are ushering in the new self, right? That is what the art of letting go really speaks to. It speaks to resurrecting the inner, the most higher version of self, and leaning more towards it, right? By also, making room and making space for things that are in alignment with who you are, with what you want, and things that fulfill you and bring you peace, joy, happiness, and perhaps even purpose, right? And I think it's very important that we lean into such things, right? Things that fill our cup to the brim, that even when we give our offering to the world, whatever it is, through your gifts, talents, and just essentially just showing up and expressing those, we are not only pouring from this overflowing cup, but also it gets filled again, because the fulfillment that we receive, or that we get from giving of our talents and gifts, is what replenishes us, right? And so it's time to let go, shake off the fear, shake off the doubt, the self-limiting doubts. You never know. You need to just knock on the door. You never know what's waiting on the other side. And I think sometimes we like to hold on to the fear of uncertainty. Look, again, easier said than done, but I think it's very important for us to lean into the art of letting go of the fear of uncertainty, because I think that speaks to us also being afraid of our potential, of the possibility of leaning into our greater, higher self, and perhaps even success, right? We need to not be afraid of knocking on those doors of, I think sometimes we're also afraid to ask, because we're afraid that we'll be able to receive, right? We need to let go of that, because you are worthy of receiving that which you ask of. You're ready of, seeing and being and embodying and taking space of whatever it is that is waiting for you on the other side of the door that you would have to knock on, right? Let us let go of self-limiting beliefs. Let us let go of things that no longer serve us, that no longer pour back into our own cups, things that don't bring joy and fulfillment. Let us let go of the worries and the anxieties, right? I think it's very important that we cultivate positive mindset, because I often say this even in my podcast, right? Our thoughts are like seeds, and our words are like spells. Literally what we think and what we utter with our own words, we create. And so sometimes let us not focus on, what's the bad thing that could happen, and let's look at the good things, right? Again, cultivating positive thoughts helps or attracts positive experiences, right? And so I think it is important that we let go of the probabilities of what could not work, and let's actually focus on what could work. What if it all works out for you? What if you actually make it? There's a video I did on my Instagram page, and it really is titled, "What if it all works out?" And essentially, really, it is. If we let go of the self-limiting beliefs, if we let go of the doubt, if we let go of the fear, we unclothe ourselves from this garment of fear, and we free ourselves. We become vulnerable to ourselves, surrender to our own power, okay? By letting go of these, hindrances that are self-inflicted. what if we actually make it? What if during your climb on this mountain, whatever your mountain is, whatever your journey is, whatever your path is in life, what if by the time you get to the top of the mountain, you actually see greener pastures that are waiting for you? What if you let go of, the idea that, oh, what if when I get there, it will be great pastures? It will be green. As long as you believe it, you shall receive it. Again, words and our thoughts create, right? There is power. There's so much power that we hold. There's so much power that we have within us. There's a book that I once read, which I actually got. I feel like this book chose me actually, because I had we had a picnic with one of my friends. Actually, it was two of my friends, and there was a bookshop in the corner of that botanical garden, and we just walked in just to check out the place, and there were books that were there, and I'm always drawn to self help books and personal development books. And so I had two books in my hands, and I was actually ready to buy one of them, right? And I proceeded to ask the guy who was owning the store there. I was like, okay, cool. Do you have a POS system? Because I'd like to purchase. I didn't have cash with me. It was pretty cheap as well, right? It was a secondhand book, and I love that fact that it was a secondhand book. It's as though it was passed down from someone else to me. And by the time this guy was like, no, actually, if you really want it, you can take it. By the time he said that, I had put away the other book, and I had this one in my hand. The book is actually called Power Lies Within. I will show you a snapshot right here. It's actually a book that was written by Louise L. Hay. That book is amazing. If you get the chance, please do read it, check it out. I'm sure there are audiobooks out there, or even hard copy books, or you can get it as a PDF version, right? But that book for me changed everything. Yes, there were things that I had already been exposed to, certain terms, but the focus really was that the power really lies within us, and it all stems from our words and our thoughts. And I think it also does highlight the importance of letting go of things that we feel are limiting us, our own selves. Let go of the self that is limiting you, right? And be ready to usher and embrace the self that is so full of themselves in the sense that they're full of confidence. They believe in themselves. They are full of their passion and gift, and they're ready to pour out and give as an offering to the world, and share that with the world, and be full of yourself, that you are able to not only impact and inspire the world through your gifts and talents, but also receive fulfillment from that. That's how you become full, right? You give and you receive, and that is why I say, let us be open to the idea of not only giving but also to receive, right? Ask and you shall receive. Knock on the door of opportunity and you will get it. Don't limit yourself. Don't stop yourself. Don't write yourself off just even before you even decide to knock on the door. Whatever the door is, whatever the door looks like to you, right? It doesn't have to be an actual door. It could be anything that you seek, that you feel your heart longs for, that you desire. Let go of the things that are standing in your way. If you have to cut ties with certain individuals that also are not necessarily in alignment with, mentally with where you see yourself and find yourself and would like to see yourself again in the future, then perhaps it's time you review such relationships or acquaintances and see if they really matter, or rather if they are essential to your growth. Again, I think as people and as individuals, we ought to evolve and grow together. Of course, our journeys are not the same. They will be different, but I think it's important to associate with individuals that are like-minded, right? There's a powerful phrase that goes, show me your friends and I'll tell you about yourself. I think something along those lines. Yes, because who you associate with, it really does have an influence on the type of person that you are. I mean, there's a new song by Billie Eilish called Birds of the Same Feather. I'll just leave it at that, right? So yeah, essentially, let go. Let go, surrender to your power, surrender to yourself. Surrender to the higher version of you by letting go of the old version of you, the version of you that is standing in your own way, the version of you that is self-sabotaging, the version of you that is hindering you from growing, from evolving, right? And allow the new you to evolve and grow. Let go of the comfort zone, let go of that space, right? There's no place to grow and evolve and change when you're comfortable. Step out of that box. Let go of the fear and the anxiety of stepping out of the box. See what's out there. Open the door. Okay, ask. Step into it. And fearlessly so as well. Okay, and with that said, beautiful soul, I certainly hope that today's video was very insightful for you, and that you let go of your old self, surrender to your power, surrender to yourself, and allow yourself to grow and evolve. And with that said, beautiful soul, may goodness and grace lead you to greater heights of success. Namaste.